What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss I don't know if you've seen it, the Anele and Helen Zille interview. Oh my God. If you didn't see it, if you don't watch it yet, do yourself a favor and go and watch that interview on 94.7. Well, it's on YouTube as well, so gosh, that's an interesting thing to watch at all. Damn. Yeah, yeah. Both sides had interesting things to say. Both sides raised valid questions. And yeah, both sides were defensive. And yeah, I think it was an interesting interview. It got heated, obviously, but yeah, go and check it out and let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, right? People, things happen in South Africa, right? And it's funny when certain people do certain things or certain actions are taken by certain people that certain words or the framing of certain situations or actions are reserved for certain people but not for other people, even though the same actions will be taken by everybody. But when a certain group of people does certain things, then there's a specific label done or created for that group of people, specifically for that group of people. And then for the same activity or the same action, another term is used to label another group. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why we are like that. I do not understand why. I don't understand. See, what I'm actually talking about is the term refugee. Damn, it's harsh, bro. You know? I don't know. I'm just thinking, refugee. What? Who qualifies to be a refugee? And in which context is one labeled a refugee? And what race group does one qualify to be called a refugee? You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. That's my topic for today, guys. Yo. So today we're here at Canal Walk. I don't know if you've ever been to Canal Walk, right? So yeah, it's one of the best malls in Cape Town, one of the biggest malls. So we're not here to do a mall tour at all. We are just here to shoot a vlog at the mall, as usual. Man, I need a cameraman, bro. Oh, this thing gets heavy over time, man. And then I don't get nice drone shots, So when I'm busy speaking, I have to use muscle to hold this thing. And, man, this thing takes. Oh, man, I need a camera, dude. Hire a cameraman. I'm trying to hire a cameraman. Seriously, I need a cameraman to hire me around. Make sure that I know what I'm doing around here. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And everything. Yeah, fire, bro. That's fire. Yo, welcome to. So, bro, like I was saying, right? There's this thing called. There's this thing called a refugee. Now, I don't know if you know for a fact that anyone who moves for, let's just say, economic situations, right? You move for economic, um, whatever. You move for economic reasons, right? For the betterment of your life and all that, right? If you move from one place to another, right? Can you be called a refugee? I mean, normally refugees are reserved for wartime status, war times, and places of, you know what I'm saying? But now the DA came out and said that people from the Eastern Cape moving to the Western Cape are economic refugees. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know if economic refugees is the right term to use in this case, but let's be honest. If you are moving from one country to another in search of the exact same thing that you are moving from one province to another, are you a refugee? That's the whole point. That's the whole thing. Are you a refugee? You know? And I'm trying to figure out this, right? I'm trying to think like people come from people come from Congo, Zimbabwe, from wherever, right? And they want to get and they want to improve their lives, right? And they have to apply for this thing called refugee status. Okay, 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 I get it. When you're moving from, let's say Russia, you move from Russia to South Africa for better economic prospects. Why don't they also get to apply for refugee status? Is it a race thing? Is it a financial thing? Is it a, I don't know, is it a political thing? Because the first time I ever honestly seen white people get labeled as refugees outside of a war zone was the South African farmers. To be honest, that's what the first time I ever seen white people actually get labeled as refugees. It feels like the term, the tag, the word refugee is specifically aimed at non-white people. You know, I for the life of me, I don't understand that. And it's troubling, it's worrying, and that is what the basis of the argument between Anele and Helen Zille was. You know, even Helen Zille came out and said that she was a refugee because her parents came from Germany, I think, in search of a better life in South Africa, which means that makes them refugees. Is she politically correct, or is she actually socially and every other way correct when she says that? Because Cape Town is full, well, not full, but there's a lot of European migration to Cape Town, right? Cape Town is like this hub of foreign tourists, should I say, right? We love to call them tourists, but to be honest, they're not tourists. Tourists come and go. Let's be honest. Tourists come and go. Tourists come for, I don't know, touring a country, maybe 3 months. But if you're living in one specific city more than 3 months, now you are not touring that. It doesn't take 3 months to tour a city. To tour an entire city, max I think is about max a week. Pushing it maybe two. Anything over 2 weeks in one spot is not touring at all. I don't think so. You know? So when we say so and so these people are touring, are we just politely saying what we want them to hear? Or or is that the politically correct term to use for people of European descent? See, that's my thing, right? So we come up, we say a lot of things, we do a lot of things, and for some reason, we only get given certain labels. So for me, that's another shock. I don't get it. The bottom line of everything that Anele was trying to get at was that you somehow get to label people in a way that you think is correct to you and your people, right? But the minute that minister said it, I can't remember his name. Oh, but they threw him out of the chamber. It was the guy from the Cape Independence that said that whole uh, migration story, the whole refugee story, right? And he was correct in saying that. I mean, he was correct in saying that people who move for economic opportunities are refugees. That is cool. That is fine. But does it only apply to a certain group of people? That's the whole point. And that's what Anele was trying to get to. So here's the basis of this, right? You do, you say what you feel, what you think, right? But then other people don't see it that way. You get it? So it's just the same with the term colored, right? Some coloreds are not happy being called colored, right? Because they have this mixed heritage, mixed thing. Some coloreds, on the other hand, swear by the term colored because that's all they know. That's what they've grown up. So it's a mixed bag. It's almost like it's like South Africa is becoming so. You see, terminology in South Africa is becoming. I don't know. It's like specific. People are sensitive now. Because if you say the wrong term, you use the wrong word, people are going to be offended. It's like, why are you calling me that? Why are you labeling me that? But then it's hard to. It's hard to. Well, what's the word to use? It's difficult to actually pin. I can't say pinpoint. It's it's tricky because there are people who are for that word, and there are people who are against that word. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you, on the other hand, you'll be thinking maybe, just maybe, you doing the right thing by claiming or saying certain thing or they're using a certain term just because you see a certain demographic of people, right? And then you think they're all cool with the term that you want to use. Do you understand what I'm saying? But then it turns out that not everyone is on board with that word. You get what I'm saying? Then you have to backtrack. So are we are we becoming too sensitive to are we becoming too sensitive as a nation? Are our words triggering? You know, are we are we what one can I say? Are we I don't know, guys. It's almost like are we are we angry? Are we traumatized? Are we? I don't know, dude. Ah, it's hard to say exactly how it is to describe. You know what I mean? It's difficult. I don't know, man. It's just so. It's well, I like that. It's difficult to explain what I'm trying to say. Because someone will say to you, "This term is fine to use." Do you use the term in a specific environment? Do you use it anywhere and everywhere? Do you ask for permission? How do you know when to use those terms? Refugees, talent. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like South Africa is becoming so sensitive. At the end of the day, from my point of view, I can simply say words are words. It's just words, right? But I'm saying to you, it's just words. Someone else doesn't see it as just words. Someone else will see it as no, bro. It's not just words. Those things have meaning and words have power. And that's true. Words do have power. And I'm totally with it, right? But at the same time, it's just like how the black Americans took the or take the term colored and how what it means in America, right? If they want to say, or it's almost like they have a monopoly, they have power, they have the rights, ownership to who can and who cannot use the term color. You understand what I mean? It's such a triggering word for them. But then again, having to get over the past to move into the future, Can we do that as a people, as a world, as a nation? Is it even possible for us to, I don't know, to be united? United, maybe? Can we be united in a cause? You know what I mean? Is it? I don't know. You know, it's it's just man. You know, the world is just becoming sensitive, man. I don't know, man. So like I said, in South Africa, the term colored is offensive. In America, the term colored is also offensive. So how do you win? You understand what I mean? But if you look at it, okay, let's be honest. If we have to go to America, right? Let's look at the American situation, for example, right? Are you telling me that every single black person in America belongs to the exact same tribe? That can't be. That cannot be. And I'm telling you now, there is no way that Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, who else? Bobby Schmurder, Kai Sanat, oh, I Show Speed. You can't tell me those people belong to the same race group, or you cannot tell me that genetically they have the same genetic makeup as, I don't know, Chris Brown, Tiger, Lil Bow Wow, Steph Curry. No ways. There's just no way. Even if you look at this show called The Breakfast Club, right? There's this guy called Charlemagne the God. Then you look at his co-host, DJ Envy. And then you look at Angela Yee, for those that know The Breakfast Club. Those are three different people with three different ethnicities. You can actually see physically these people are different. But for some reason, they are all classed as one tribe, one people. That just doesn't make sense. But yeah, guys, the world is messed up. I just feel like we need to, I don't know, we just need to have a reset, come to a conclusion, drop a constitution that says people are uniquely different genetically, I don't know, culturally, nationally, I don't know. But yeah, man, that's my thing, man. We, the sensitivity of words, the triggering of words, that's causing mayhem across the globe. That's my story of it, man. Let me know what you think about this topic. Was I on the money or did I totally miss you? This one, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know, we family, right? Holler.